Okay, so I got my phone to record because it isn't my phone. Apparently, it belongs to the forces that want to stop me quickly. But I wanted to tell you, all those supporters of Trump, everything belongs to God. God is, heaven is. We need Jesus Christ. And the problem, humanity has been living without God. What you're seeing is my way home in El Paso, Texas, on Montana Avenue. So that's the first thing. We're dealing with some very serious issues. I personally thought that I would be able to live out my life in bed watching goofy Hallmark movies because I reached a point in time where the physical and mental exhaustion is more than I can deal with. I can barely come out and conduct business. And then this happened. We are the problem. I started with God because we are the problem. We're supposed to be meek, humble, blessed, kind, decent, good, responsible. Everything that is going on in the United States of America, I'm sorry. You don't pay attention to your mayor races, your county judge races, your governor races. You may think you do. But a country with 80% believing in God, and by the support that Trump is getting, overwhelmingly conservative, what's going on? Why are they able to run you around? So our spirit is not actually a godly spirit, a wholesome spirit. A spirit where we understand that, life is beautiful, and life is fun, and life is peace, and love, and joy. And we're blessed to be alive, but we're also blessed to have the promise of life after death if we accept Christ into our lives. Yes, total depravity on the part of the people in the United States Congress, here in El Paso, Texas, and the mayor and the city representatives and the commissioners, which are the ones that run the county with the county judge. He's not a judge. That's just a title given to the person who gets elected to be, let's say, the president of the county, and the county is El Paso County in Texas. So what happens now? I see the day where Trump is going to have to, in a very peaceful, respectful manner, leave the office of the president, because those who are evil and who are willing to win at any cost have won an election through fraud. What happens then? Since this happened, the thing that I know personally, you can't let it stand. And I'm the kind of person that, force. It's sad that it's come down to that. Everybody says, "Well, we don't want to shoot people. We don't want civil war." You haven't been left any options. I've been paying attention. I probably pay more attention than I should. And the Supreme Court isn't on your side. Democrat and Republican in the House are not on your side. And definitely with senile Biden with serious neurological problems not on your side, and the Camel Law Harris is not on your side. Are you going to let them steal everything that you have earned, everything you have worked for? If it's a bar, if you're an investment broker, if you're a person delivering food and making it, and just trying to keep to yourself and not be anybody's enemy. I mean, do you have the right to your life? And they don't believe we have the right to read our Bible. We don't have the right to go to our churches. Um, it's the Christians who give more to charity than those supposed people who care a lot. They know how to say they care, but they don't care. They don't give. You know. So here we are. You know, it's. Can we still have a life with fun, pleasant entertainment, where we enjoy the company of our loved ones, and the Congress and the president are responsible individuals who live within a budget and don't cost taxpayers a heavy burden. You know, their friends in business don't pay taxes. We learned that through Obama. The only value Obama had was the 12 trillion he added to the national debt with the help of his little buddy. You know, I mean, he's been saying so many things about honor and not lying, but didn't he lie about shovel-ready jobs? Didn't he lie about keeping your doctor, keeping your insurance? It's all a hustle to them. They're the ones that have no integrity. They have no honor. They'll say anything just to win. So what do you do? What do you do when no one's your friend and nobody works for you? You pay their salaries, you pay taxes. The majority of the people who support Democrats, socialists, communists, they're not responsible people. And I know we're supposed to have a kind attitude and kind spirit towards everybody. You can have a Christian spirit to the person who's trying to break into your home and harm your family, but you still shoot his butt off. I mean, you know, family first. Your clan first. Your car first. Not their car. There's some human, I don't know who it was, talking about how stealing may be wrong, but a person doesn't deserve to lose their life by stealing. I'm sorry, but the idea in the head of a criminal, the mindset of a criminal that they may get shot deters crime. And stuff like that, it just shows that they're not on our side. That our lives, our income, everything we have earned, everything we have produced has no value. Here, I mean, you conservatives are now living my life. I've been surrounded by these liberals with their attitudes, and government has to provide for us, and they have no life planning. They have children, and they know they cannot afford. They're out there just, you know, playing with life. And I've always said, if you play with life, life is going to play you. And they don't care. They honestly don't care about how their children suffer because they don't have enough to give their children to eat. They do not have enough to give their children to eat because they didn't use any life planning. And they want you and I to take responsibility for that. You cannot have a society like that. You know, if they're going to attack our businesses, why should I get out of bed as exhausted, as traumatized, as, you know, depressed as I am, and try to put a grin on and conduct business and be responsible? Why should I do any of that if all I am is another tax bill to those people in charge? They have no respect for anybody's life. They create a mess, and you know, there's a guy out there, Alex Jones. He's right. You know, the conspiracy against the human race by the enemy. I mean, why is everything happening? That's why it's happening. That's why it started with God. And I read my Bible. I don't cough because I have COVID. It's the dark forces I'm fine until I try to record a video and try to give my mindset to people. And the only thing I can tell you is you got to get united and you got to toughen up and you got to fight. I'm physically drained, mentally drained, but when I wake up in the morning, I do 3 sets of push-ups, 25 each set. Do my crunches, my leg ups, do my treadmill for 15 minutes. You got to toughen up. This is a fight for survival. And all these Democrats are going to do is run business down. You know, this minimum wage stupidity. I mean, you cannot, it's an expense for a business. And you can only make that money up 2 ways. Cut spending, or increase your prices. And in cutting spending, it's you got to let go employees. There's not a decent meal in El Paso, Texas. Doctors, people who graduated from med school, live like poor people. They want their 99-cent hamburger. If I was making $100,000 as a surgeon, I'd be eating steak for every meal. Steak and eggs for breakfast, a steak lunch for lunch, steak, potatoes, and rice and vegetables for dinner. I mean, why the hell kill yourself to get a good degree, or succeed in your profession, and then live like a poor slob? And because of that mindset, that poverty mindset, doesn't matter where you go, for that restaurant to save money, they don't use all the ingredients, and the food tastes like garbage. And that's what happens. I've been living this life. You are now going to live my life, where government doesn't care. You're going to know why so many of us do not have a good attitude towards law enforcement. I'm not a sick person. I'm not a anger person. I don't have a grudge. I heard the rhetoric of the Constitution: freedom, liberty, independence, innocent until proven guilty, the right against unreasonable search and seizure, speedy trial, a trial by jury of your peers, court of evidence. You're innocent until evidence proves you guilty. Heard it all. The government can't come into your home and conduct military operations or even law enforcement operations. They can't take your property without due process. All of it. Heard the conversation. It sounded pretty darn good. And as far as maintaining social order, that's what you need. But now they're over there on that side, and for some odd reason, it's not for some odd reason, they're all serving their corporate masters. Republican or Democrat, they're serving their corporate masters, and you just don't rate. You're not in the room. You're not on their mind. They could care less about you. I don't care what politician you mention. Don't mention to me the governor of Texas. Don't mention to me Ted Cruz and that other little Cuban, I forget his name, little Marco Rubio. They're all of them have sold their soul to their corporate master. And those people call them up and they tell them, this is what you're going to do. And that's where you're at. So what do you do now? I say fight. You had a demonstration. You need everybody to get out into the streets and demonstrate from now till, they realize they're wrong and that they have made 80 million Trump supporters into enemies. I'm hoping, beyond hope, that Trump takes the leadership position. Everything that immigration, everything that he stood for, I stand for. Fiscal responsibility in the government, respecting people's income, respecting people's religion, everything that man stood for, I stand for. And I hope he takes a leadership position and shows 80 million conservatives how to stay in the fight and not get run over by their government.